When I applied to UCLA in the 80s, the acceptance rate was 76%. So if 100 people applied, 76 were admitted. I had to apply twice. That admittance rate today is 12%. So we can scale Google 24%, we can scale Salesforce 40% a year, we can grow Samsung high single digits, low double digits, but we can't scale our great universities more than 1% a year. That is a huge problem. And now 2 out of 3 jobs require a college education versus just 1 in 3 30 years ago. You have more demand, less supply, so what happens? Kids don't get into the elite universities and they get arbitraged down into a second-tier university. So what ends up happening is they end up paying a Mercedes price tag for a Honda product, and that's being generous. We have to reverse this rejectionist culture. The key to success in the United States and South Korea is the fact that people feel like they have a shot. And distinct to some very well-publicized tech leaders who dropped out of college, higher education still remains the best on-ramp into a great middle or upper income lifestyle in the United States and South Korea. Unfortunately, South Korea suffers from the same fetishization as the United States. The majority of top power positions, whether it's CEOs or positions in your government, are graduates of your prestigious Sky universities. Let's be honest, if you have access to an elite university, it's still a great opportunity. I would never tell anyone to turn down that opportunity. What we have to acknowledge is that most of us and most of our children aren't going to have access to that. And the problem is all of us believe that our kids are remarkable. But here's the thing, I can prove to every one of us that 99% of our children are not in the top 1%. Higher education is the tip of the spear. It's who we are in the United States and South Korea. Do we want to be the playground of the rich and of the freakishly remarkable, or do we want it to continue to be where it should be? Do we want it to continue to, do we want it to take back the mantle of a fantastic place that offers remarkable opportunities for the unremarkable? Higher education has lost the script in both the United States and South Korea. So the key trend that's impacting healthcare, impacting finance, impacting retail, and also impacting education coming out of Corona is something we refer to as dispersion. And that is we're pushing out the delivery and the opportunity of different services and products. We're dispersing it. What do we mean by that? We have dispersed retail from stores and warehouses to our front porch. We have dispersed finance away from ATMs and bank branches to our phones. We have dispersed healthcare away from hospitals and doctors' offices to our smartphones and our smart speakers. The same thing is happening with education. We are dispersing education away from campuses and rejectionist admissions department. Google is offering something called Google certificates in product management and UI, UX design. Tens of thousands of people, 2/3 who don't have a college degree, getting a Google certificate that oftentimes leads to a job where they can begin or have a starting salary of $80,000 or $90,000. We're going to see more and more of that from big tech. But the opportunity for big tech to put more pressure on universities and offer more alternatives, as Google certificates is doing, is a good thing. So typically when you see innovation or digitization come into a sector, there's a consolidation of power. There's sort of a winner-take-most effect. So when Amazon came into retail, we saw consolidation of power. We saw a lot of retailers go out of business, and we saw a small number of retailers garner more and more of the total shareholder pie. The same thing is happening in education. We're now seeing a concentration of power, and that is the top 100 most elite universities have never been stronger. They're getting more and more applications. And because there's strong job growth, a lot of second-tier universities are having a difficult time attracting students. In addition, in the United States, we turn away international students. So we're ending up with a winner-take-most environment again. And that is the top 100 elite universities have more applications than ever. But people are questioning the value of getting a degree at a Tier 2 university. For the first time in my career, I have kids calling me mid-college and asking whether or not I think they should drop out, because they don't want to take on another $50,000 or $100,000 in student debt, and they just want to enter into a job market which is quite strong. America and corporate South Korea has a role to play as well. The best organizations in South Korea, like the best organizations in the United States, are obsessed and engage in this idolatry of elite universities. The best thing South Korean companies could do, in my opinion, for South Korean society, and I think the same is true of US corporations, is to stop fetishizing elite universities and decide that you're going to take 10, 20, 50% of your incoming professional positions, great jobs, and reserve them based on a skills-based assessment as opposed to certification.